Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're going to do a little get ready with me using all of the Lorac products that I pulled for this week. So let's get started. So the first thing, I've already put some primer onto my skin, which was basically a moisturizer. That's all I'm using right now as a primer today because I don't have a Lorac face primer, so I figured that was the best way to do it. So the actual concealer and not concealer, but the foundation I'm going to be using today is the Lorac Sheer Porefection foundation. This is oil-free, paraben-free, and fragrance-free. I actually really do like this foundation. It's pretty good because I feel like it's got a good coverage to it, and yet it's not super thick. It's kind of runny, and the color seems to match me pretty well, so that makes me happy. So I'm just gonna put some of this everywhere, dab it everywhere, and then we're gonna blend it out with the Beauty Blender. Got it all over my fingers now. Gotta wipe that off. Now I've got the little, this is the new Beauty Blender, so I'm just going to dab this in. So you're going to see how good of coverage this has, even for being what they consider a sheer foundation. You guys saw that huge friend I had going on over there. It's already covering up pretty good. And then I do have dark circles, and it's doing a pretty good job with that. And this is only one thin layer. I will go in with 2 layers just to make sure that I've got a majority of it covered. But look, I mean, it matches me really, really well. And this is the shade PS4, which is Golden Light. I thought for sure it was going to be too light for me, but I was wrong. It's not too light. But I just think it looks really good on the skin. It's very, almost just skin-like. I like the way it looks and feels, actually. Feels really nice on the skin. Looks really nice. It makes me happy. Pull my bangs back. And get it all blended in here. Blend, blend, blend. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and put, here's what the first layer looks like. You can still see kind of my friend there going on, and then of course you see a little bit of this going on my side of my face where it's still, I do have a couple active spots of acne, but that's because Shark Week is coming soon, so that was to be expected. So I'm not too worried about the acne that's going on right now, especially not the one on my nose, because that's a very untypical spot for me. I don't typically get acne on my nose, so I don't know what that one's about. It's just somebody who wanted to hang out with me this week, I guess. So this week's been a very rough week for this mama. My oldest son went back to college, so we took him to college on Monday. He seems okay with it, of course, but not Mama. Mama had a rough time. I feel lost without my guys around. I feel like I have to have them nearby, even though he's not super far away. He's only like, what, like almost 2 hours away? So it's not super far, but it's far enough to where it makes me feel sad because I can't see him every day now. I had to close his room up because I was like, I don't want to be looking in his room and feeling sad. Close his door. Yes. Any of you mamas out there that have kids that are in college, I'm sure you know exactly what I mean. You think after them going for their first year, you'd be okay, but it's still not okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids. The primer I pulled for my eyelids this week was the Lorac Behind the Scenes eye primer. I don't like this, so I'm actually going to pass this along. I'm not even going to use it today. I just don't like it. I like a primer that actually gives some coverage, so that does nothing for me. So I'm going to go back to my trusted MAC Painterly paint pot, and I'm going to use this. This is something I know that works for me. It works well, so I'm not going to destroy an eye look just because I want to try an eye primer. That primer just does not work for me. It's got too much of a silicone slip to it, and then not only that, it has no coverage, like I said. So I like something that's going to kind of help to get rid of any color. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to flick y'all off. That looked lovely, Tiffany. Good job, Tiff. Flick everybody off. So anyway, yes, he's back at college. And I'm sad. I am sad. So now I'm going to go in using the Lorac Mega Pro. This is the original palette they come out with. Mine's already dirty. You can tell that I've been playing with it a lot. I love this palette. I'm so happy to finally have it. I just adore this palette. This palette is so beautiful. All the colors in here are beautiful. I love Merlot. Merlot is gorgeous. I think all the colors in here honestly are very beautiful. I think this is going to be a great palette for the fall especially, so I'm excited to now play with it for this fall. So now I'm going to go in with the shade Cream. and just set my eyelids using cream. And I'm just going to set using a little bit of that. So there we go. And if you've ever used a Lorac shadow before, you know Lorac shadows are a little powdery. They do have some kick up, but honestly the pigmentation, you can't beat it. They're just so good. Now I'm going to go in with this. This is a Tarte brush. It's like a twisted brush. You see how it's like angled? It's pretty cool. So I'm going to go into Camel, and we're going to tap off. And then I'm just going to start putting this in the crease and blending it up. So we had him all unpacked and everything down at school on Monday, and then I came home and then I was sad, and then, oops, wrong color. Good grief. I'm like so distraught with not having my son here. I'm like dipping in the wrong colors here. Back into, what is that, Camel. So I'm just going to blend that out. So my son, my youngest son, he is in football, so he has a football game. So I'm excited to go to his game and see how he does for that. Hopefully he'll do well. And then we'll go back in one more time just to make sure we got enough pigmentation. And I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher than I normally do. Trying to make sure that when I have my eyes open and I'm looking at somebody like this, they can still see it. So I'm trying to make sure that I bring it up far enough. Just a little bit more. Why not? Who says less is more? I say more is more. So there we go. That's blended. And this, I really like this color. It's really pretty. It's got like an orange. It's like an orangey brown. I like it. It's a pretty color. So I need to go get my doggies haircuts because our hair, Max is looking like a crazy dude. His hair is so long. I should bring him down and show you guys him. He is just, he's rambunctious. He's such a good little boy though. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this little, I think this is an e.l.f. brush. Is it an e.l.f. brush? I don't even know. It just says domed eyeshadow brush. I think it's an e.l.f. brush. So I'm going to go in with that, and I'm going to start packing some of the color onto the sides here. And today I'm going to try something different because I've tried most of the reds colors in here. So let's try this grayish color. Let's do a little bit of a gray look. Do something not typical of what I would normally do. Not sure how good it's going to look with that camel color. But you know what? We'll figure it out. So I'm going to just pack some on and then I'm going to blend it out. Pack, 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 pack. And then we'll blend. I'm going to bring some more in here because I don't have quite as much on this side. Bring a little bit more in. Okay, now I'm going to go back with that Tarte brush and I'm going to blend these colors out. Blend, blend, blend. Just to give it some depth on the outer corner here. I'd like to know if you guys have kids, have they started back to school yet? My youngest son, he's been in school now for 2 weeks. I can't believe school started so early for our kids this year. Normally we don't start till the day after Labor Day, but they started very early this year, which was odd. So he didn't complain about it too much though. I thought for sure he was going to be like, oh my gosh, this sucks, but he didn't say too much. I think he's just really happy to be playing football. I think that's what makes him so happy. Now I'm going to go back into this palette, and since we used that gray here, I'm going to come down here and find something that's more grayish toned, or what can we do here? Let's see. Let's do this. Actually, let's do this right here. This granite. No, I don't want to do granite. Let's do deep teal. The gray and the teal might look really pretty together. I'm going to put that on the center of the lid here and bring it close into the inner corner. This might have been a mistake. Oh my goodness, it's really dark. Oh my. Oh my. Could y'all even see what I was doing? I was getting into the deep teal here. I'm not doing a very good job holding the pan up, the palette up, am I? Okay, we're gonna have to try to figure out how to make this work because this is really dark now. And I do have some fallout going on down here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's some fallout. So I'll clean that up. My nose is itching for some reason. Now I'm going to clean that brush off and I'm going to go back in and I'm going to use the cashmere shade. So I'm going to use this and I'm going to put this on the inner portion and then I'm going to blend. I'm going to make all these blend together a little bit. I think I got a bigger gap on the side, so I need to put a little bit more green first. Let's do some green. Whoa, it looks different over top of that cashmere. So let's put that back here again. You guys know I'm like not a perfectionist when it comes to makeup. I am just a makeup enthusiast. I love makeup, so I just like playing with it. So hopefully you weren't coming here for actual tutorials because I'm not that good at it. I just like playing with it. Now I'm going to go in with this, I think this is a Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend this out a little bit, blend it back. This is a thicker brush, so it's going to help to blend that color out really good. Plus kind of get some of that pigmentation off because I think I put a little too much green and stuff on. So I'm going to tone it down some. Tone it down just a tad. So now I feel like I took too much off. This is not doing so good today, guys. We're not having a good day. Go back into the deep teal and I'm just going to tap some back onto my lid here. I think I took a little too much off. And back on again. And then I'm going to use a different brush this time because I think that was just taking too much off, so I'm going to go back in with a Tarte brush. Why do I keep saying blush? I have no idea. Okay, that blended better. Oh yeah, that looks better. Okay, so that's not too shabby. It's not the best. It's a little bit darker than what I'm used to, but you know what? We're gonna roll with it. Now I'm gonna go in with the NYX Epic Ink Liner and I'm going to line my eyelids. I'm gonna pump it first. If you guys ever are curious how to like get it more juicy or more wet, you're just gonna pump it and that's gonna help to get it wet again. And I'm going to pull my mirror in closer because I do not want to get this all over my face. This liner works really, really good. Do you see how easy it went on? It just goes on effortlessly. I love it. Now I'm going to clean up here. I'll bring it down just a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. There we go. Now it's filled in better. So the liner is done and I lost my cap. There it is. Thought I lost it. Okay, so liner's on. Now I'm going to work on my brows because I just kind of skip all around. You guys know I'm like a little bit all over the place. Okay, so now I'm going to use this is the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks. This is her little brow brush. I'm going to use my Lorac. This is the contour palette. I'm going to use the medium contour shade right here. Just going to dip in. And I need to tilt my mirror up a little bit so I can actually see that I have brows. And I'm just going to lightly fill in my brows with that. That's the good thing about contour palettes is that you can use them for a multitude of things. You don't have to technically contour with it. You can do your brows with it. You can contour. You can use them as shadows. So today we're going to do brows with it. Need a little bit more of my brush. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of where my son goes to school or not, but he actually goes to school. I'm going to dip into the little bit of the deep too. I feel like it's just a little bit light on this side for some reason. He actually goes to UVA, so I'm sure you know other reasons why I'm a little worried for him this week. I'm just hoping everything stays calm. We don't need anything crazy going on. But I'm sure everything will be fine. My family and I, we were actually in Baltimore when the Baltimore incident happened, so that was crazy. Okay, I think I goofed on my liner just a little bit there, but you know what? We'll fix it with a little bit of a Q-tip. That's all right. Now I'm going to go back into, actually I need to conceal, don't I? Yes, yes, yes. I need to conceal under my eyes so I can finish up my eye look. Do I have a concealer? Not in here? Yes, here it is. I'm using it this is not something that I don't have a Lorac concealer, so I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin. You guys know I absolutely love this. I love how sheer it is, but yet it's still got good coverage. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this under my eyes. We're going to just fix her up. It's a fixer-upper. What shows have you guys been watching lately? My son and I, before he left for college, we went to go see the movie Annabelle. If you guys like scary movies, I would totally recommend that you watch Annabelle. Annabelle was very, very good. It's the second part to Annabelle. Or to... Was it no, not The Conjuring. Is it The Conjuring? I don't even know anymore. It was just really, really good. It makes a whole lot of sense now. Everything does. It all kind of puts it all together into perspective. So it's just a really, really good movie. Okay. The other thing that I was testing out this week was the Lorac. This is the Porefection Baked Perfecting Powder. I don't like this for under my eyes. It looks awful under my eyes. It looks creasy and cakey. So I'm going to use my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed. I have just a little bitty version of this, so I need to actually purchase a big one. I just love how this works. And it really does seem to help my under eyes. It doesn't look dry or cakey or anything. It just looks good. I think it's because I only go in with just a little bit, just enough to set everything, but also because it's not a super full coverage type of powder anyway. I just really like this powder. I think it works really well for me. So I love it. Now I'm going to go ahead and contour my cheeks. I'm going to go back into the contour palette. So I have the Lorac contour palette here, and I'm going to use the light contour to contour my cheeks. And the brush I'm going to use is my Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess little brush here. I love this for contouring. It works really, really well. So I'm just going to tap off on the sides, and I'm going to contour just a tad. And then go on the other side of the brush and contour just a tad. I like to contour before I do my blush, if I'm going to contour. And then I'm going to kind of wing it up a little bit. And then do the same thing on the side. We'll wing it up a little bit. I just do a very light contour. I don't do anything real deep. I just like enough to where you can tell that I have cheekbones instead of chipmunk cheeks. Okay, now I'm going to go into the Lorac cheek palette. So I'm going to use a shade in here that I feel like is really unique and very pretty. And it is the one called Unapologetic. I love the shade here. It's really pretty. It's like almost like a bronzy shade. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my cheeks. And do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to bring it up to the temple a little bit. You guys know I like to bring it up. Bring it up. And I'm going to dust it on the bridge of my nose. Because I like that sun-kissed look. I like that it looks like you got a suntan. You're out tanning you're out having a good old time outside. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and clean up my brow bone and put a brow bone highlight on. So I'm going to use the Lorac palette again. And I'm going to use the shade Sand. I'm just going to tap in very, very lightly because I don't want a super brightened brow bone highlight. And do the same thing on the other side. There we go. Just enough to where it gets a kind of a glimmer off of your brow bone. I like that. Okay, now I'm going to just set that there because I need to grab my other little pencil brush here. This is a BH Cosmetics little pencil brush. So now I'm going to go back into that gray shade since we did a lot of gray. I'm going to do that for my lower lash line. And I'm going to angle my pencil brush here a little bit. Oh, don't poke yourself with it. Good grief. And I'm putting it very, very lightly. If you can tell how lightly I'm going with it, I'm just going in super, super lightly with it. I don't want it very, very dark. I just want like a light smoke underneath. lightly smoke it out. The gray really makes my eyes look super green. Okay, now I'm done with that part, and I'm going to go ahead and put mascara on. And for mascara this week, I'm going to be using my all-time favorite, the Stila Huge Extreme Mascara. This stuff is amazing. Okay, I'm going to, whoa, I almost dropped it onto my lap. I'm going to grab my mirror here so I can actually see again. And I'm trying to be, oh man, I forgot to curl my eyelashes. That's okay. We're just gonna roll with it anyway. I feel like it takes so long to put mascara on. And if you cry, it comes off so easy. And then you look like a raccoon. You guys know I am terrible at mascara, so don't do any mascara tricks that I do, because I don't know any tricks. The only trick I know is how to clean up a mess when you make a mess. Take your Q-tip and then wait for it to dry and then wipe it off. But make sure you wait for it to dry, because if you try to wipe it while it's wet, you're just going to smear that stuff all over the place. So. Oh, we need to do an inner corner highlight too. And a highlight on my cheeks. We're getting all the highlights today. Okay, that is mascara. That's good enough for me. I don't know about you guys, but works for me. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the Lorac highlighter. I'm going to use the shade Twilight. So I really like the shade. It looks like it's kind of dark in the pan, but on it's not dark at all. So just gonna dab my little, this is a Luxie tapered highlighter brush. I'm gonna tap it off, and you'll see how beautiful, look how pretty that is on the cheeks. It just looks gorgeous. I'm gonna use this to do my inner corner highlight too, actually. And I'm gonna take it down just a tad down my nose. I love it on the cheeks. The cheeks, it just looks gorgeous. The Lorac highlighters are really, really pretty. I'm very impressed by those. Now I'm going to go back in with my little pencil brush by BH Cosmetics. I'm going to wipe it off, and I'm going to tap into this, and I'm just going to do my inner corner highlight with this. I like to bring it in just a little bit, and then I'm going to tap it with my finger, and then the other side. And then tap. And that is it for that part. Now lips. Okay, so I had all those lippies from Lorac, and honestly, I don't know if I love the formula to this. It's very, very dry. I don't know if my lipsticks are old or what, but they're very dry. Now my favorite one out of all of them is CEO. So I will use that one. I need to wipe my lips off. My lips look horrendous. Okay, clean slate. See how dry it is? Like it wants to pull. It still smells good, so I don't think it's old. Oh man, I got it on the outside of part of my lip. Cute, tough. So I can clean that up right there. Nope. That's okay. We're just gonna look like Bozo. Okay, so now I just need to clean my eyelid up so I can show you guys how I do that. So I'm gonna grab a little Q-tip here, just a plain Q-tip, and any kind of demarcations I have on my eyelids that don't belong, just gonna tap them very lightly, and you see they kind of disappear very easily. Some of them are a little more harder, like this one here, because I think that is actually the liner, and that Epic liner is really hard to get off. So once you mess up with the Epic liner, it's hard to fix that part. So now I'm going to go back into my palette so I can just kind of re-amp up my eyelids so that the colors still pop out, because I feel like I kind of destroyed it just a tad. So I'm going to go back into the Cashmere first. Actually, make sure my brush is clean because I don't think I cleaned it very good. So go back into Cashmere, and just tap right here. Try not to get it onto my eyeliner. And there it goes. And then I'm going to go back into deep teal. I'm just going to drag that in and bring it back a little bit. Deep teal. There we go. Now the colors are popping a little bit more, so I like the color now. Actually, after it's all put together, I don't mind the gray and the green together. It doesn't look bad at all. So at first I was like, oh my gosh, I think I made a mistake, but getting it all done, it's not that bad. My lips, on the other hand, I don't love this lipstick. It's not the best formula for me. I think I would have to pair it with like a chapstick or something, and then it's probably gonna make it a little bit slippery. But other than that, I love everything else that I've tried. There are a few things that I feel like are not that great, like the powder. The Porefection does not work for me under my eyes. I can put it on my face, but my face isn't typically too oily anyway, so it's not working that great. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me. I'd love to know if you guys are using your products that you pulled for the week, and if you did a couple looks using those products. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.